Good morning, everybody. This is Harshara teacher from St. Thomas Bethany Convent School, and today we are going to learn active and passive voice. So, first of all, we will see what is active and what is passive voice. So, active and passive voice. When in a sentence the subject is the doer of the action and the verb is said to be in the active voice, here the subject plays an active role. For example, the peon opened the gate. So in this sentence we will see that the peon is the doer who done the action of opening the gate. Then it is an active voice. And if we'll see that when the subject in the sentence is the receiver of the action and the verb is said to be in a passive voice. Here the subject plays the passive role, or we can say that here the subject will be placed on the object place. For example, the gate was opened by the peon. So here we can see the gate is the subject over here and it was opened by the peon. So receiver is in the passive voice. So in this way we can segregate or we can separate that what is the active voice and what is the passive voice. Now we will see how it will change according to the tenses or the rules. First we will see what are the rules while changing active sentence into passive voice. So first of all, the object of the active voice become the subject in the passive voice. So whatever we have seen the object in the active voice, suppose for example in the previous sentence we will see that the peon opened the gate. So in this sentence the object is in active voice, means what is the object? The gate is object over there and it is in the active voice. But if we'll change it into passive voice, that gate become the subject over there. Okay, so gate become the subject over there and it was opened by the peon, and so peon is the subject which will become the object in the next sentence. Means the sentence that express the same meaning, but the receiver of the action is different. So we can say that when the subject in the sentence is doer of the action, the verb is said to be an active voice. Okay, so that rules we will see as it is the object of the active voice become the subject in the passive voice. Then the second rule is the subject of the active voice become the object in the passive voice. So like that only I have said that the what is the subject in the in sentence? The peon is the subject in the sentence. It will become an object in the passive voice. And the passive voice usually has the prepositional phrase by plus doer at the end. So if you will observe this sentence, the gate was opened by the poem. So here doer is the peon. Okay, so by the peon. So all other general rules are applied as per the tenses. So according to the tenses, the general rules we have to change, and that rules we will see one by one. Okay, so first, what is the first rule? Suppose I will say that simple present tense. What I'll say that if we'll see the simple present tense. So what is the formula of the simple present tense? That is subject plus verb plus object. Correct. And the sentence will be Ram makes kite. Okay. So if we will change this sentence into passive voice. So what change according to the tenses we have to do? So first, O means the object plus am, is or are. According to the object we will take. Suppose there are more objects, suppose there are kites, then it will be are. Suppose there is only one kite, then it will be is. So am, is, are plus past participle. Means what is the verb over here? Makes. So makes past participle is made. Then by Ram, because who is the doer over here? Ram. So Ram is by Ram. A kite is made by Ram. Okay, a kite is an object in the sentence so that it will become a subject according to the passive voice rule. After that, is because only one kite is there, and makes become made because past participle by plus doer or the subject, that is Ram. So a kite is made by Ram. I hope you have understood this. The next sentence, that is simple past. Subject plus verb past tense plus object. So if we'll see the sentence that Ram made kites. So here kites are plurals. Okay. Then we can use in the passive voice. What is the formula for that? Object plus was, otherwise were, plus past participle and by subject. So whenever we are converting the active sentence into passive voice, always we have to use past participle of the verb. That you should keep in mind. And according to that, here we can change that. First we will take the object. So what is the object in the sentence? Kite. So here is a plural of the kites. So kites were made is the past participle of make, made by Ram. Okay. Now third, that is simple future tense. So what is the formula of simple future tense? Subject plus will, shall plus verb plus object. Ram will make kite. So according to this, what changes we have to do for the passive voice? Only we have to add be, will be for the simple future tense. So object plus will, otherwise shall, plus be plus past participle plus by and plus s. So first only I have told that always in any tenses, whenever you are converting active sentence into passive, you have to use the past participle of that verb. So here a kite will be made by Ram. A kite is object, will be according to the tense change, made is the past participle by Ram. I hope you understood. Then the next, that is present continuous tense. So according to the present continuous tense, what is the formula? Subject plus am, is, are plus verb plus ing plus object. So Ram is making kite. So according to the present continuous tense, what changes we will do? That is object plus am, otherwise is, otherwise are plus being. What we have to add before the past participle? Being we have to add before the past participle, then by plus subject. So what will the conversion of the sentence? A kite is being made by Ram. So active voice is Ram is making kite, and what will the passive voice of this sentence? A kite is, because it is a one kite, so that is being past participle of making, that is made by Ram. A kite is being made by Ram. Now past continuous. So what is the past continuous formula? So first, that is subject plus was, were plus verb plus ing object. Then Ram was making kite. So according to this, what we can do? Object plus was, were plus being. What we have to add for the continuous tense? That is being. Being plus past participle by plus subject. Kite was being made by Ram. Kite was being made by Ram. Then present perfect tense. Next is present perfect tense. Subject plus has plus have plus verb past participle plus object. So what will be the sentence? Ram has made a kite. Okay. So according to this, what we will have to do? Object plus has plus have been plus verb past participle plus by plus subject. So what will be the sentence? A kite has been made by Ram, because it is a single kite, so that a kite has been made by Ram. Now next, that is past perfect tense. Suppose past perfect tense, what is the Formula of the past perfect tense: subject plus had plus verb past participle plus object. Ram had made a kite. Okay, so what will be the formula of this? Object plus had plus been plus verb past participle plus by subject. So a kite had been made by Ram. Only we have to add been, and made is already there. So a kite had been made by Ram. Then future perfect tense. Then what will be the formula of future perfect tense? Subject plus will have plus verb past participle plus object. Ram will have made kite. It will be the sentence. Then what will be the passive voice of this sentence? Object plus will have been verb past participle plus by subject. So a kite will have been made by Ram. What will be the tenses? A kite will have been made by Ram. So this is how, according to the sentences, we have seen the changes, how to convert into active into passive voice. After that, I'll provide the PPT presentation to you. From that, you have to write it down in your notebook. Grammar notebook. All these formulas and the conversion of passive voice. Understood this? Now we will see the another type of, this is for the simple sentences. Now we will see for the another type of sentence, that is imperative sentence. So according to the imperative sentence, what changes we have to made while changing into active to passive voice? So while changing the voice in an imperative sentence, we usually add let at the beginning of the sentence in the passive voice. Okay, so while changing the voice in an imperative sentence, we usually add what? Let at the beginning of the sentence of the passive voice. So reporting verb said is usually changed as follow: exclaim, exclaim with joy, sorrow, fear, anger, wonder, surprise, pain, regret, etc. So whatever the extreme feeling we have to express at that time, that we have to use over there. So that is not used in the reported speech. Correct? So the exclamatory sentence in changes into the assertive sentence. So what you have to do with that? Suppose the assertive sentence is all other general rules we have to apply for the changing into active to passive voice. Open the book. Suppose we will say that open the book. Let the book be opened by you. Let the book be opened by you. Okay. Then next type is interrogative sentence. So according to the interrogative sentence, what changes we have to do? While changing the voice in an interrogative sentence, the standard rules apply and the interrogative structure remains unchanged. Means, however, when the sentence begin with who is changed to whom in the passive voice. For example, who broke the glass? Suppose we'll ask the question to it, who broke the glass, in the active voice. So by whom was the glass broken? By whom was the glass broken? It will be in the passive voice. Who gave you the bag? By whom was the bag given to you? So in this way, we have seen that various types of sentences changing into active to passive voice. So suppose if we'll sum up this, so what is the active voice? So whatever we are talking, the peon opened the gate, it is the active voice. But what is the passive voice? The gate was opened by the peon, it is the passive voice. So in the passive voice, what rules? Again we will revise just rules. The object of the active voice becomes the subject in the passive voice, and the subject of the active voice becomes the object in the passive voice. The passive voice usually has the prepositional phrase by plus doer at the end, and all the general rules are applied according to the tenses. Already we have seen the one by one tenses: simple present tense, past tense. So whatever the changes according to tenses we have to do while converting into active into passive voice, that you have to remember and write it down in your notebook. After that, we have seen imperative sentence. So we have to use let word at the beginning of the sentence. Let the book be opened by you. So it will be the conversion of the sentence according to the imperative sentence. After that, interrogative sentence. When it is interrogative sentence, by whom? So here, suppose we will say that whom in the passive voice we have to use instead of whom. So whenever we are asking question by who, so we have to use whom while converting into passive voice. Suppose for example, who broke the glass, by whom the glass was broken. So this is how we have seen all the rules and the according to the tenses, according to the criteria of the tenses, and even the sentence also, whether it is a assertive sentence, whether it is an imperative sentence. So in the imperative type of sentence there are four types: suggestion, order, and request, and one more is what we can say, the joy, the exclamation type of word. So all these kinds of sentences we are converting into active to passive, even though we can convert the interrogative sentence into passive voice. So whatever the rules we have regarding this, we have seen that. Okay, I hope all of you have understood this. I'll provide the PPT presentation or the PDF file for writing all this into notebook. Please write all the notes in your notebook. Thank you, students. Thank you very much for listening this. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the English session. Thank you very much.